It's time for the December Q&A of 2020. You asked the questions, and now it's my turn to answer them. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have it better tomorrow. So it's the first Q&A of the new year. I am excited to answer your questions. I hope you all are excited to hear the answers. Before we get started, we will start with the YouTube questions, but just keep in mind that if you have any questions that you want to ask, just put them in the comments section down below, and I will be sure to get them in the Q&A for January. So also, if there are any that I may have forgotten, please let me know, and I will be sure to put them in the January Q&A. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first question is from Javar Griffin asking, funny, I think about becoming a voice actor as well. Hey man, go for it. Anybody that wants to go for it, hey, go for it, and I hope the best for all of you. And who is your favorite character in all of anime? Ooh, there's a lot of characters I could go with, but if there's one that I'd say is my favorite, well, I'd have to say it's Lelouch the Britannia from Code Geass. I love Lelouch's character. I mean, I just how smart he was. He was a clever character, he really was. And, the other thing is, I love the ending of Code Geass. I mean, the way the series ended with the Zero Requiem plan, oh, it's fantastic. But yeah, Lelouch's character, he's my all-time favorite, I'd have to say. And that was a hard one because there's a lot of characters I really like. But yeah, good question. That is number one asked. So, for your next Q&A, which arc in One Piece made you feel the most emotional? For me, it was between Water 7 and Enies Lobby. God, the Mary send-off drove me to tears. Yeah, that one is actually my favorite. It has the most iconic scene, I would say, in all of One Piece. Oh, man, because, Enies Lobby, it hit home, man. It really did, because I love the whole story of it, but I also love, which is, my favorite part, which is where they go to save Robin. If there's one thing that it really showed about the Straw Hat crew, was how dedicated they are to one another, and that includes Nico Robin as well, because they were all basically one family, and the iconic, I want to live scene, God, that scene is just phenomenal. I mean, I love that. And Robin's backstory is actually what made her my favorite character in all of One Piece, actually. I mean, to this very day, she's still number one for me. Because, her going from being someone who was always on the run after her whole entire island was destroyed by the Navy. I mean, it was just so heartbreaking. And then for her to finally find people that were willing to accept her, that, saw her as family. I mean, it was fantastic. And I mean, I remember reading that in the manga even. I mean, it was emotional for me. It really was. But yeah, good question, man. Edward Armstrong asked, Happy New Year. Hey, Happy New Year to you and everyone watching the video. Happy New Year, man. As for my question, have you ever done a Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge? And if not, would you ever consider Let's Playing your first attempt? I've never done a Nuzlocke challenge. But yeah, I mean, I'd be willing to do it. It's kind of funny because, what I did years and years ago was back on my Leaf Green, because I had both Fire Red and Leaf Green, but Fire Red was my main game, so I would restart Leaf Green over and over again to do experimentations with Pokemon and stuff for competitive and whatnot. I did actually do a run through with Ash's team using his Kanto party, and I'll tell you right now, if there was a Pokemon that really got me through the rough patches towards the end quarter of the game, was Charizard, because I actually didn't evolve Charmander until I got the 6th badge, which I did it in the order of, obviously, Brock, Misty, Lieutenant Surge, and then I did Erica, then Koga, then Sabrina. Now, I know that's different from the anime because Ash's 4th gym badge was actually Sabrina, and then he got to Erica, then he went to Koga, but I went ahead and did that a little differently, and Sabrina, even though she wasn't Generation 1 difficult, but it was still kind of hard, especially when you're having a team of Pokemon that's not even evolved, basically, for the most part. It was pretty nuts. But, yeah, I made it through that, though. But, yeah, good question, man. Devil Luke asks, okay, I had 2. How would you direct a Season 2 of Super Sonico? Ooh, now that's a very good question. One thing, because, directing, you have to work with the staff and everything. I would probably ask the original creators' idea on that. I would want how they'd want their vision to be of Super Sonico. So I would ask for their assistance. What I would also do is I would also try to make the staff, the production staff, animators and everything, I would want them to have all of the time that they needed to make the show. I wouldn't want to rush anyone. I wouldn't want people to overwork themselves. I'd want them to be able to have all the time they needed to make it as beautiful as it could be, both in terms of the writing, but as well as the animation, because I know animators get treated so awful, and it's just terrible. So what I'd want to do is I would want to make it so that these animators would have enough time to work, but also be able to work at their own pace. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to rush them. I wouldn't want them to be under stressful circumstances. I'd want them to be able to be comfortable with their job and enjoy what they're doing. But I'd also want to try to make some pretty good jokes, some good situations for the characters to be in, and like another Sonico joke where somebody mistakes her for maybe like Hatsune Miku, for example. Like how they thought she was a Vocaloid before. Because I loved the little reference they had in the first season where they had her, at a press for Hatsune Miku. I thought that was really good, but yeah, I would try to let everybody have their own time. Take everything at its own pace rather than try to rush it. Because I'd want the series to be as beautiful as it could be. Also, make it have quality over quantity, if that makes sense. That's the big thing. You want quality. You want the best quality, and I'd want the best writing as well as I would want the best animation, and I'd want the workers, everybody who is producing it, writing it, and animating it. I'd want them to have a good time with it as well. So, but that's what I would do. I mean, there's a lot more things in terms of directing I'd have to learn, but I would want it to be fun. I'd want it to be interesting. And I like to make it good for the fans as well as the people working on it. I mean, that's what I'd do if I was directing it, but that's just me. And is gaming dying? I don't think gaming is dying because, I mean, you're seeing a lot of indie creators really start to come up. I mean, yeah, you're seeing a lot of companies bend the knee to these Puritans when these Puritans don't even, support anything that they screech about or, complain about. They don't support any of it, but these companies think that's the right way to go, which, yeah, they're starting to see that, no, it's not, and they're losing money because of it. But, that's why, like I said, you're seeing a lot of indie developers come and make games, which they do a good job. And, I think that has a lot of potential for gaming to still go places. I mean, look at Top Hat Studios, for example. I mean, they're not going to bend the knee at all. And I appreciate that so very much. I'm glad to see that, there's a studio that's standing up to these Puritans, to these clowns. So it's good to see somebody stand up. And, that could be a learning lesson for a lot of other companies to, not bend the knee and keep their creativity and, freedom of expression. But no, I don't think gaming is dying. But hey, thanks for the questions. I really do appreciate it. Christopher Capers Jones asks, what do you hope for most in regards to 2021? I just hope for it to be a better year than last year was. Last year, I mean, I think everybody hopes that, to be real with you, because last year was like hell in a handbasket for everybody. I mean, like, it wasn't even very good for me, really. A lot of things happened. Obviously, I lost my father last year and everything. And I mean, God, last year was just nuts. I just hope this year is a lot better. That's basically the way that I see it. I just hope it's better this year. So, yeah, good question, man. Elizabeth McAden asks, could the Warners drive Salem crazy? Oh, yeah, I mean, look at how they, drove a lot of characters crazy within, Animaniacs. Yeah, I mean, the Warners would drive them nuts. But, yeah, they would drive Salem crazy. Bowser's Inside Story or Thousand Year Door? Gotta go Thousand Year Door. That is, like, one of my all-time favorite Mario games, period. But, yeah, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is awesome. I think it's the best Paper Mario game, by the way. But Bowser's Inside Story was really good. I still like Mario and Luigi Partners in Time more. But, yeah, no, that's a good one, though. Who do you think Dr. Doom, Mikasa, Steven from Steven Universe, Cloud, Ryuko, and Yoda will fight in Death Battle Season 8? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. But I really couldn't give you any guesses because they could really have them fight against anybody. So I have no idea. Itachi versus Madoka from Infinite Stratos, who would win? I'd have to go with Itachi on that one. I mean, yeah, while you have Madoka, who is a very skilled sharpshooter, she's a very good assassin, and can prevent people from knowing where she is. That's how stealthy she is. I mean, Itachi has Genjutsu, so if she looks into his eye, she'll be caught into his Genjutsu, and then she wouldn't even be aware of what's going on, because like I said, she would think that she's fighting him possibly because he could make her do that, with Genjutsu, torment her with other things, because Genjutsu, it's whatever, goes on with it. And then, of course, Itachi has other techniques at his disposal, like a lot of fire jutsu. So there's that. I mean, I really kind of just see that being more in Itachi's favor, but that's just me. Who was the easier Paper Mario boss? Bone Chill from Super or Chen from the original? I have to go with Bone Chill because, like, what they did with Super Paper Mario, while I like the story, I didn't like how it wasn't turn-based anymore because that was what the first two Paper Marios were. So, it felt like every boss to me in Super Paper Mario was very easy. I don't know. So I'd have to go with Bone Chill just because, like I said, I don't know. It just felt way too easy to me. Also, Bone Chill was a minor boss in that game as well. So, yeah, Bone Chill. I definitely have to go with Bone Chill because he just wasn't difficult at all. Yeah, good questions. V-Man asks, what do you think Ruby will do to Neo when the show finishes? Like, do you think they'll kill her off, or maybe she'll somehow escape and go live the rest of her life doing whatever? I think that they're going to kill her because if you ever notice, there's no between. There's just a black and white perspective. There's no morally gray area with Ruby. Like, if you ever notice, a villain's always a villain. They never get redeemed. They're just always evil, unless you're Ilya, because Ilya was basically Adam's good half, and they just separated that from the character. And then they made that good half become its own character. In other words, meaning become Ilya. So the good half became Ilya. And so when it comes to looking at that as an example, they're either A, going to kill Neo, which is the most likely choice I'm betting, which I don't want to see that happen, but they'd probably do it. So that one's either going to happen, which is probably the most likely thing they're going to do, or B, they will just write her off as her going off to do her own thing. Like she separates from Cinder and goes off to do her own thing rather than be on her side. I mean, that was the most unlikely option, but I would prefer that rather than them continue to ruin the character, I'm just saying, because they'd make her death absolutely awful, and we all know it. But yeah, good question, man. Crash Bash asks, Yo, Nick, which series have the worst voice acting, House of the Dead or Ruby? I remember when House of the Dead came out as an arcade game. I'm talking about, like, the big arcades that they would have actually, like, in certain places. I remember that. That was just terrible. I don't know, because Ruby's pretty awful with its voice acting sometimes. Like, certain people are just really bad at their voice acting. Like, you have some people that are good. I mean, hell, they had Vic Mignogna. Vic Mignogna was amazing. I mean, he will always be Crow to me. After he was fired, which they never should have done, by the way. That was wrong what they did to Vic. But Vic will always be Crow to me. Always. I don't care. Vic is Crow to me, no matter what. Now, they have some good voice actors there. I mean, like, Jessica Nagiri, I think, is someone who's actually improved over time. In fact, I think she was pretty decent in the beginning, but she definitely stepped it up as time went on. I mean, they have, the most useless character in the show, which is Robin Hillary Clinton. Christina V is a good voice actress. Politically, I don't agree with her takes, but yeah, I mean, she's a good voice actress, though. There's also Elizabeth Maxwell. I mean, I really like Elizabeth Maxwell, as Winter Schnee. She does good. She's a good voice actress. But, like, for every good voice actor and actress you have terrible ones. I mean, Barbara Dunkelman, Aaron Zek, Miles Luna, Lindsay Jones, if she didn't sound like a chipmunk all the time, because, by God, which she's proven she can sound better than that. I mean, like, Ruby Volume 2, Ruby Volume 3, didn't sound like a chipmunk. She did good as Ruby then, and then it's like Volume 4 hits, and she's kind of going downhill again to Volume 5, and she sounds like a chipmunk the whole time. I mean, it was obnoxious. But then again, she proved she could be a good voice actress if she wanted to be. But the other problem about her is that I don't like her as a person, because when Adam's character was killed off, what did she do? She jumped in there and called people that were upset about his death Istinphobic, which that one infuriated me, and that made me not like her as a person. But, just saying. But she has the potential to be a good voice actress, but she's not, But there's a lot more worse voice actors than there are good ones in that show. I mean, straight up. This is actually why I'm kind of glad Neo's mute, because they can't ruin her. If she had a voice actress, they can't ruin her in terms of speaking, at least. Give them that. So, there's that. Second, what's your opinion on the Dragon Guard series? Oh, I love it. My favorite of the entire series is Dragon Guard 3, actually. It is my favorite one. And I really enjoy Nier, because Nier Automata, man, that is way too much fun. I've spent so much time on that game. But, 2B is Bae. Just saying, like, in the entire series, 2B is my favorite. I'm going to tell you right now, I love her to death. I even made her in Soul Calibur 6. She's one of my mains. She's not the number one main, but she is like one of my mains. God, I love playing as 2B in that game. But yeah, like Dragon Guard, I would recommend that to anyone. Dragon Guard is good. Definitely go with it. But yeah, good questions, man. Brandy Miller asks, have you seen Ben 10? Yes, I have. I've seen every single show except for that one reboot that we don't talk about. If you have, what is your favorite alien transformations? So, I like Cannonbolt. I kind of like him more in terms of like how he's kind of like the ultimate defense because, he turns into a ball and he actually can take hits as well as deliver them. He's a tanky character, which I liked. His ultimate alien form I didn't care anything for, to be honest, though. Upgrade. Upgrade's awesome because, getting into any single device, I mean, yeah, I really like that. Upgrade was actually one of my favorite transformations out of all of them. Like, I love Upgrade. And then another one of my favorites would definitely be Accelerate because who wouldn't want to be able to get anywhere within just like a matter of moments? And in other words, he was like Alien Flash, realistically, if you think about it. But still, Accelerate, I do like him. And he kind of looked like, Alien from the Alien and Predator franchise. Really cool. Diamond Head was also one of my favorites because, I mean, the design is really nice. Not only that, but being able to create those diamonds as blades on his arms, as well as also being able to create like walls to defend yourself and whatnot. Really cool idea. Now, this next one's like the only one I really cared for in the Alien Force and Ultimate Alien era, which was Frostbite. I really liked Frostbite a lot in terms of design, but I also liked Ultimate Frostbite because the red and black, for one, red and black, those are my two favorite colors, but also Frostbite was so strong in the Ultimate form that the ice became flames. Like, it was so cold that it became fire. That was actually really cool. I did like Ultimate Frostbite. My favorite of all of them is Heat Blast. Heat Blast was always my favorite in terms of both design, but also fire, because fire is my favorite element. So, Heat Blast was always my favorite of all time, and in my opinion, had the coolest design, personally. Now, that's just me, but I thought Heat Blast had the coolest design out of all the aliens. But, yeah. Good questions, good questions. Red Dust 369 asks, what world-ending apocalypse scenario would you want happen to Remnant? Because Remnant isn't even a world worth saving since the people don't act like competent human beings, like in the Salem flashback episode. Salem somehow is able to convince the world to attack the gods, and nobody even tries to point out any discrepancies in her idea. They just automatically agree with her. God, is that true? That backstory is so horrible. It's so bad. Anyway, examples to the question are either have Galactus from Marvel come and eat the planet, or Darkseid from DC invades Remnant, slaughters most of the people, and the rest live under his ruthless soul-crushing tyranny for the rest of their lives, or the Flood from Halo comes and infects the entire world. Me personally, I would want Darth Nihilus from Star Wars comes and just sucks up everyone's both lives and souls from their bodies, and there isn't a damn thing they can do about it, while the Sith Lord just stands there with no worries whatsoever. I would like one, Thanos having the gauntlet and just snapping them. Either that or he just fights them all like he did in the actual comic Infinity War. Like, when he actually gains the gauntlet as well as the Infinity Stones, he actually fights all the heroes. He actually kills them all. And he puts them through interesting scenarios of how he kills them. Like how he turned Thor into basically like a sculpture, and then he just shatters him. For example, that, and he takes Cyclops and puts a cube around his head to where his laser beams just keep shooting the cube because he can't escape, and then it just closes in until his head explodes. Like, I thought that Thanos fighting them with the gauntlet was amazing. And, Thanos could even fight them without the gauntlet. He has mind control powers. He actually used them on Galactus. So having Thanos actually use mind control powers on, like, the characters to fight each other and kill each other off, that would be amazing. I'd be all for that. But another character I would like to see, now this was just kind of more of comedy than it is anything else, is the Q from Star Trek. Like, the Q. if you know how powerful the Q is, for anybody who's a Star Trek fan out there, you'll understand that the Q could just wipe them out in an instant, and they don't exist anymore. Like, that's how powerful the Q is. The Q is a god-like being that can just, in the blink of an eye, just wipe them out. And so, if the Q was in there, yeah, he'd just be like, wait, what? Just like wipe him out, probably not even realize it. That one would be so comical. I would laugh if the Q was there and did that. That would actually be funny. But yeah, hey, good question, man. So now on to the Discord questions. Captain Boomerang asks, rate this meme when you beat 2020 and 2021 arrives. that is the truth for everyone standing after the year 2020 is over and everybody's in 2021. Everybody's just like, all right, we got him. We're gonna take on 2021. that is a really good meme. I like that one because that one really that's like how everybody felt. I think after 2020 ended, I think everybody just felt like, oh, we beat it. We survived 2020. Oh, now time to take on 2021. Oh, that's a good meme though. Sexy Neo asks, working hard or hardly working? Why not both? Why not Zoidberg? No. But yeah, working hard. No, but seriously though, I enjoy working hard. Not just on YouTube, but also in real life as well. Working on a lot of things, trying to catch back up on that work as well. So, it's been a lot of work, especially with everything that happened at the end of the year for me. Losing my father and whatnot. So it's been a lot trying to get back into the swing of things, but, definitely working hard, but I enjoy it. So, but yeah, good question, man. Tamcat asks, what anime to watch would you suggest for the writers for RWBY? And I suggest a lovely anime called Bungo Stray Dogs. You can use these as a screenshot. I highly suggest this anime. It's similar to RWBY. I'm happy you're back. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. Glad to talk to all of you. I really do enjoy it. And I enjoy all of you. And I appreciate your support. If I had to say an anime for the writers of RWBY to watch, anime I would have them watch is definitely Code Geass. That'd be one of them. Another one that I would have them watch is Samurai Champloo. That's another good one. I would also have them watch Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, Outlaw Star, Madoka Magica, Sailor Moon. Definitely the entire Fate series. Fate, 100%. Make them watch Fate, 100%. What else would I make them watch? I would also make them watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but then again, I think that they clearly done that because whenever they tried with Volume 7 and the Yang trying to, look like they were trying to do the but it failed. It failed. Because they don't know how to capture the spirit of that. It failed. It was so bad how they tried to do that. It was so... The animation was so janky. They were trying to impersonate JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with that, but God, it was so bad. Hell, even the Volume 8 intro, they tried to take it from the second opening to Stardust Crusaders. They were trying to take the Cinder scene whenever she's apparently using the Relic of Knowledge, which I bet is going to happen. And it looked like they were taking that from when Dio comes in, at the end of the opening, when it freezes and he's walking up to Jotaro. I swear to you, they took that from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Oh, if only they could capture a good character like Dio. Oh, if only. If they could just capture a villain like Dio. Oh, I would be so happy. But at the same time, I would also just be like, Kono Dio da! That would be great. Oh, man, that would be too good. But yeah, good questions. Arklord asks, it's December. Today I have a first snow and Christmas become little by little behind the corner. So little question, how do you spend Christmas? How do I spend Christmas? I sit there in the corner every year, telling myself I'm not crazy, rocking back and forth as I look at the tree with nothing under it. And I think, it's going to get better. I'm not crazy. It's going to get better. No, but seriously, how do I actually spend it? Well, my grandmother has everyone come to her house, and we basically just have Christmas breakfast. That's basically what it is. It's usually me and both of my uncles, My aunt sometimes, if she comes, sometimes she doesn't. But yeah, that's basically Christmas. But yeah, that's basically what it is. You have any Christmas traditions? Well, like I said, just go to my grandmother's every year, and everybody gathers, and we just have Christmas breakfast. And then after that, we just open gifts. I mean, that's really all it is. Nothing really too special. But I mean, it's good to spend time with family and everything. So here where I live, we have one that not Santa gives us presents at Christmas, but his equivalent called Gweisdor. Gweisdor, I think. I don't know. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Santa instead give little gifts for St. Nicholas Day in December 6th, a small local tradition. Oh, that's really interesting. I've never heard of that. That's an interesting little tradition, because that's completely new to me. Like I said, I've never heard of that tradition, but yeah, that actually sounds really cool. But yeah, that's very interesting. So, well, I hope you had a good one. I hope you had a good one last year. I hope it was very enjoyable. Hopefully, you'll have a good one this year as well. But yeah, thanks for the questions, man. Appreciate it. Anime AK116 asks, "Hey Draco, how are you doing? Hope things are okay back home." Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm still trying to hang in there. I mean, there are some times where things get a little difficult, but trying to hang in there and everything. So, but hey, man, I appreciate it. As for my question, have you ever thought of taking your OCs and making your own franchise out of them? I plead the fifth. um, let's just say there are plans, and that's as much as I can say right now. But yeah, good questions, man. Adam Smasher Inkpol asks, "Hey Draco, have you played Devil May Cry Reboot? And if you did, any opinions, thoughts on the game?" Oh, I was not a fan. I feel like they tried to make everything more edgy, like too edgy for its own good. And not only that, the story just did not flow well with me. In Dante, I did not like his new redesign at all. Oh my God, he looked like a homeless punk. Like, what did they do to Dante? What did they do to my boy? Ah, oh, that game tortures my soul. I would rather never play the reboot ever again. Oh, just never again. Oh, but yeah, good question, man. Good question. Mr. DJ Fly High asks, "Would you rather watch Boku no Pico or Cuties?" How about no? How about neither one? No. No. If the third answer was a cyanide pill, I take that one. God, I would rather watch neither. I don't want to watch either one of them. No, thank you. No, thank you. Opening Desk asks, "What are your plans for 2021? Have a good year." That's my plans, to have a much better year than last year. 2020 was not a good year for me, really. It was not the best year. How good is your Japanese? It's not the best. I'm still learning it, but I'm continuing to try to learn it. I do want to go to Japan one day. It's been one of my life goals to actually visit Japan. So one day I do plan to like have a vacation there. Because I love Japan and the culture. It's always fascinated me. So I would definitely love to go there sometime. Have some places I'd actually want to go visit on my list there too, where I'd want to go. Do you know any sites that teach you the language? I do know two really good ones, which one of them would be Busu and Puni Puni. Those would be like two really good ones that I do know of. Know any good sites to watch Japanese dubs of American cartoons? No, I actually don't, because I don't watch American cartoons anymore. Because all I actually watch is anime now. So, no, I wouldn't know what to tell you on that one. I mean, I'm sure you could find some, but I don't know of any personally, so no. Also, if you had the 7 Dragon Balls, what would you wish for? Oh God, there's plenty of things I would want to wish for. Whatever would be within the dragon's power, of course, because that's another factor, because you have to go with whatever the dragon's able to grant. But I would probably grant eternal youth to myself. That would be great. I would probably just grant eternal youth. I'd like that. That would be something. I would probably go for that. I'd wish to bring my favorite OC into reality so that I can spend the rest of my life with her forever, which brings me to, is there a fictional character, OC or otherwise, who you'd spend the rest of your life with, for the rest of your life with? I mean, there would be many of them I would choose. Like Lucina from Fire Emblem, Mordred from Fate, Camilla from Fire Emblem, Lindis from Fire Emblem. Oh my dear God, that's a lot of a Fire Emblem list. I would also pick like CC from Code Geass, be another one. I would also choose Heirs of Scarlet from Fairy Tail, Esdeath from Akame ga Kill. You know, like I said, I could keep this list going for a very long time. But I think you get the point. Made any New Year's resolutions yet? No, I haven't. And, you know, this is going to sound weird, but I don't do New Year's resolutions. Basically, what I do is I just kind of set a goal for myself like any day, you know, and then I just do my best to achieve it. You know what I mean? Like, for those of you who do have fun doing New Year's, that's cool. I mean, you know, nothing wrong with that. And I hope the best for you, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're able to achieve what you set out to do within the year. But I'm just kind of more of the person that I set a goal like any day whenever I want to set the goal, and then I go for it. You know what I mean? But that's just me. But yeah, so I don't do New Year's resolutions, but I do celebrate New Year though, which yeah, I do enjoy doing. But yeah, good questions, man. Captain Boomerang asks, any advice on world building? Okay, so I'm weird. Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. When it comes to world building, I am very bizarre because this is how I do it. Okay, now people do it however you want, but this is just me. Okay, so if you want to take my advice and do it the way I do it, then you know, cool. But just keep in mind, I am weird when I come up with world building. So what I usually do is I have ideas that just kind of hit me, and I'll jot the idea down. I'll be like, yeah, that sounds good. I'll go with it. And then, you know, with the world that you need to set up, because you need to set up your rules first before you do anything else. Okay, like that's the first thing. You want to make sure that you've got rules, that they're established, and then if these ideas hit you, make sure they work. Don't break your rules. You know what I mean? Like, don't go against the rules you set for your world. Make sure they can fit within that. And if they do break it, either A, try to mold it in the way that it can actually work without breaking the rules, or just scrap it. Because if it's going to break the rules of your world, scrap it if you can't mold it to fit the rules. That's one big thing. Also, another big thing is lore, because lore is also an important part to your world as well, because when it comes to your plot, the lore of like cities, towns, structures, and everything, like that can also fit within your plot and can be very important. It can work alongside your rules as well. That's another thing. So what you want to do is you really want to think that through. Characters can also be very important to lore, because, you know, a certain character could have been like a very big historical figure, and that could be an inspiration for another character. And also this could influence parts of your plot as well going forward. So, you know, characters are another thing to look at when you're trying to build up your lore. So always keep that in mind as well. So basically, create your rules, figure out how you want your lore to be. You know, you can take inspiration from like a show you watched or something you read or even mythologies, and then think of an idea upon your inspiration and then build upon that. You know, create your own thing out of it, and then see how that fits in your world. See how that works for it, and see if it makes sense along with the rules that you've created, and see how characters that could be historical figures could work for them. You know, because you want that to all work together. And that's kind of some things I do, as well as, like I said, put some weird ideas that come in my head here and there, try to mold that to see how it could actually work without messing with the story or anything. But that's just how I do it. But yeah, man, good question. I hope it helped out. Jay Insanity asks, off topic, Draco, imagine your longtime classmates have jumped down to the VTuber rabbit hole and you're the only one left behind, standing beside the edge of the hole, and then you left with no feelings. Me, it feels weird that I, out of my classmates, was the only one left. My friends also sometimes tell me that, you know, that if you didn't watch VTubers, you're gonna get bored for the rest of your life. But I was like, I'm fine though. I mean, I'll have regrets a bit, but then I'll brush it off with ease. Question, do you think it's a mistake for me to leave the VTuber rabbit hole? Better question is, are you happy with that? Because, you know, it really kind of comes down to whether you're glad that you did or not. If you enjoyed it, then go back to it. If you didn't, then don't. some things are just, it's going to be your cup of tea, and some things aren't. And whatever you enjoy, yeah, continue to watch it. If it still brings you joy, definitely watch it. If it doesn't, then move forward. Don't worry about what people tell you. Do what you feel you're most comfortable with. Because I mean, like, just because somebody tells you, oh, you're going to regret it, you're not going to like it. If you are fine and you don't want to get back into it, then don't. But if you want to, like, if there's still a part of you that's like, yeah, I want to get back into this, give it a shot. If you feel that it's your thing still, then yeah, go for it, and keep watching if it brings you joy and you are happy with it. But if it doesn't, then don't. You know what I mean? Like, do what's going to make you happy at the end of the day. Do what you're going to enjoy. Don't worry about what other people tell you. Do you. You do you. That's the best way to put it, because you know yourself better than anybody else does. And if you enjoy doing that, if you like watching it, then go back to it. If you don't, then just move forward and don't worry about what other people say. Do what's going to make you happy. But yeah, hopefully this answer helped you out. And yeah, good question, man. A Sexy Neo asks, which Hololive VTuber would you say can't handle horror games very well? Oh, that's a good question. I know Gargura's had her moments with horror games. She's had some pretty funny ones. But there's that. But I think if there's someone that really comes to mind to me that was pretty bad with it, was Tokuyami Toa. I remember Toa actually had a breakdown one time when she was playing a horror game. I remember it. So I would probably say Tokuyami Toa. Probably Tokuyami Toa. But yeah, good question, man. Johnny Q asks, how would you react if Ruby tried to do the Char clone trope? I would laugh because it would be so terrible. It would be like, they would try to make it one big plot twist, and then it failed. And then I'd laugh because it'd be so horrible, and you better believe I would joke about it forever and ever if they did. It would be terrible, but it'd be hilarious. But yeah, good question, man. Captain Boomerang asks, here are some real questions. Red Bull or Monster? I'm not really a fan of energy drinks. Then again, I'm extremely picky when it comes to drinks in general. So there's not very many drinks that I actually like. Like I said, I am a very picky person when it comes to drinks. So I don't like either one. But if I had to choose one over the other, it'd probably be a Monster, but I still wouldn't like it. Because I don't like Monster, but I really don't like Red Bull. But if I had to choose one, I'd probably pick Monster or Red Bull. Coke or Pepsi? Oh, Coca-Cola all the way. I actually like Coca-Cola. I drink it pretty frequently. Pepsi, on the other hand, I think I don't know. There's something about it I just can't stand. It's like it's too sweet for me. I don't like it. I don't know. I don't like it. Pineapple on pizza. Yeah, I'm actually fine with that. Okay, so here's a funny thing about me. I'm not picky at all when it comes to food. Like, when it comes to food, there's not a food that I've ever tried that I don't like. Like, I'm serious. I like everything. Like, there's not a food that I've tried that I actually don't like. I mean, when I was a kid, that was different. I used to not actually like tomatoes. But as I grew older, my taste buds obviously changed, because, everybody's taste buds change. And I like tomatoes now. I basically just like any food, really. Like, it's crazy. But I do. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. But yeah, like, I, don't have a problem with food, really. But yeah, pineapple on pizza. Yeah, that's fine. Same with anchovies. I can eat that too. I mean, as weird as that sounds, I mean, that's, like I said, I'm not picky with that. Red pill or blue pill? Red pill all the way. Go further down the rabbit hole. Freedom or communism? Obviously freedom, because who wants communism? I mean, seriously, like, who thinks that communism is a good thing? I mean, it's not. It's terrible. I'd rather have freedom. I'd rather be able to be free to say whatever I wanted to say. I'd rather be free to be able to express myself. You know what I mean? Like, communism is not good, and it takes away your freedoms. Like, I'd rather have freedom than communism. I mean, just saying. I mean, I'd rather have freedom. I think anybody would rather have freedom any day of the week. But that's just my opinion. I think that people would rather have freedom. But yeah, good questions, man. Mr. DJ Fly asks, worst fanfic you ever read? Okay, so there's a there's a horrible story with that one. Okay, so I was alerted to read a fan fiction of Star Wars, and I thought, okay, fine, I'll read it. And so basically, to just kind of make matters easy for everybody to understand, somebody's weird fantasies about basically everybody kind of having fun with each other on the Millennium Falcon, which resulted in Leia cheating on Han Solo with Chewbacca, um, R2D2 and C3PO having some fun, Dash Rendar coming in and basically ending the lives of everybody that was there. Han Solo, obviously, before all that, found out that everything happened, blew his own brains out with the Leia and Chewbacca stuff because he walked in on it. It's so horrible. It's like the worst thing. It will always stay in my mind forever, but it's like the worst thing I've read. And I mean, I've read some pretty insane stuff. Okay, I'm just telling you, I've been around the block, but like, my God, that's like the worst. It was so bad, and it was 7 pages long. It was 7 pages. Never again. Never again. Best locale you ever saw. Oh, well, does the SJWs in the Ruby community count? Because, I laugh at them and their stupidity all the time, if that's what you mean. Them and Rooster Teeth, because, my God, the stupidity that company, throws out nowadays. Like, it's comedy gold. It's comedy gold. It really is. So yeah, I'd probably say those are like the two best ones I've ever seen that I laugh at all the time out of their own stupidity. What would you say about the state of anime in general? Have they progressed or regressed in your opinion? I don't think that they've regressed at all. In fact, I find anime to be like the most entertaining thing to watch. I mean, I really do. Like I like there's been so much that I've just really enjoyed out of anime. And I feel like the stories they tell, there's a lot of isekai stuff that's been coming out within recent years, but like some of it's been really good. I mean, and you're going to find your good and your bad series of anything. I mean, it's not just anime. Like you're going to find good and bad of like any form of entertainment. But I don't know. I think anime has done well personally. I don't think it's really regressed. In fact, I think it's actually done quite well. I mean, popularity's going up too. And then you see series like Boku no Hero Academia doing so well. Like, to me, I think it's done better personally, but that's just me. James95 asks, who would win in a fight, Fate Girls or Ruby Girls? Oh boy. Well, that's actually an extremely easy question. Definitely has to go to the Fate Girls because you look at the cast of Ruby, what are they going to do? Like, they've been nerfed to hell. Like, what are they going to do to the characters of Fate? They're not going to do anything. Like, if you were to take a character like Mordred, Mordred is going to easily slam everyone to the ground. I mean, like, you look at how powerful she was. Like, just her as an example alone. Okay? She has augmented strength to where a golem tried to, hit her and she just blocks and breaks the arm off. Yeah, Team Ruby can't do that. They've been nerfed so hard. Like, yeah, the Fate characters, they would destroy the Ruby characters easily. But yeah, good question, man. Mr. Anime343 asks, what would you do if anime was deemed legal and not just here in the US, but all over the world? War. 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 Because it would be legal. Again, I would make sure of it. To war. Good question, man. Mr. Prey asks, hey Draco, if you could have a spin-off series based in the world of Ruby, who would you have as the main focus? I personally have Mercury. I think he has potential as a main lead due to his personality and flaws. It could also shed some light on Mistral and flesh out some of the elements mentioned in World of Remnant, such as the Mistral Black Market, if the story was based around Mistral and Mercury taking odd jobs as a mercenary and an assassin. Yeah, I think that would be a good one if they did that. Of course, it'd have to be Mercury's own story, especially now that he's going to Vacuo. I don't really see that would be a possibility, but I mean, that would be awesome. One story that I think everybody would want to see would be a Team Stark backstory, because who hasn't asked for this? I would love to see a Team Stark backstory, and I mean, like, make a series out of it, because they could go so far with that. And it would also open up things when it comes to Summer's character, because, we hardly know anything about the character. I mean, seriously, what do we really know about Summer? Oh, you're Ruby's mom. Oh, Ruby and Summer said one thing that sounded similar. Okay. And that she was Super Mom. and Ruby looked up to her. Apparently, that's about it. I mean, seriously, but it'd be great to see also more of Mama Bird Raven over here because I'll tell you right now, as much as I hate the way they wrote Raven, seeing what she was like when she was younger would be cool. Besides, I like Raven's character, despite how badly she was written. Another one, which this is just me, I'd love to see a Roman Torchwick and Neapolitan story. Like, I would love to see their origins. Or I would love to see, like, what they were doing before they met up with Cinder and all of that, because it would be kind of cool if you actually got to see the underworld with Roman and Neo. Like, I could see so much potential in the series for that, because, like, Roman, with his banter and everything, he would make for a good protagonist to follow, I think. I think that he would be very entertaining, especially seeing the schemes that he tried to come up with during that time. Like how he was a master criminal, like a master thief and everything. Like, oh man, I would love to see that. Also, we could get how him and Neo actually met. I mean, maybe they were kids when they met, and then they grew up together. Maybe he found her on the streets. I mean, there's so many things that could, come out of that. Also, Neo being his right hand, yeah, like, her taking on people, like, seeing more Neo fights, oh, that would be glorious. I would adore seeing more Neo fights. Because, like, man, if they treated her right, that is, then that'd be great. Also, does anybody feel good about the fight that Neo had against Yang and beating the crap out of her, or how Neo was beating the crap out of Ruby? Because, like, the way that Neo and Roman teamed up together, they were really in sync with one another in their fighting combinations. Like, I loved it. It was great. But overall, yeah, I'd love to see a Roman and Neo story, probably the most, because, like, that's the most mysterious one. Stark's pretty mysterious, but that's even more mysterious in my opinion. But that would be really cool. But yeah, good question, man. Captain Bimmery asks, if your life became an anime, what songs would be your intro? Colors by Flow, that's all I need. Colors by Flow, that's all I would need as an intro. That's all I would need. Good question, man. Bailink asks, question for December 2020 Q&A. Hey DL, it's the last month of the year of hell, so let's end it with something fun. Oh yeah, tell me about it. 2020 was the year from hell. I think anybody can agree to that. Since Ruby is a shell of its former self, while RT is woke and broke, would you change your avatar to either Lucina, Mordred, or a different waifu, or would you change waifu avatars by the month? I would probably change to probably Lucina would probably be the one, either that or Mordred. They are two of them that I really like, especially the expressions of Mordred. Mordred's got some good ones. Mordred's got some good ones. But there might be something I might be having in the works of that in the future. Just saying, just saying. What are your thoughts about the Goblin Slayer movie? I actually really enjoyed it. The only thing I think that was a bit of an issue, because the characters were well written. They were good. I liked them. I like the plot, but I feel like it was a bit rushed because they, dove into so much world building and lore. I feel like that kind of took away from a bit of the time for the plot, so I felt like the plot was kind of rushed. But overall, I think it was written very well. Who would be the perfect Thanksgiving servant in Fate? Well, I can tell you who'd be my perfect Thanksgiving servant in Fate. It would be Mordred. But honestly, the perfect Thanksgiving servant would probably be Artoria. But then again, she's gonna eat everything. She'd be perfect for it though, because that would be like her holiday for certain. Really would. Finally, what's your favorite New Year movie? Trading Places. Trading Places. That is like my all-time favorite Eddie Murphy movie ever. Is Trading Places. That movie is a masterpiece. I love that film to death. I do. And then if you've ever seen Welcome to America, it takes place after Trading Places does, because it has the two old men that were in charge of the company as homeless people in that one. Oh man, it's amazing. Like, I love that little tie-in there. Like, you want to talk about a film I love, it's Trading Places, man. That film is so good. It's so good. I love it. Alright, that's about it, man. Have a great day, and I hope you keep getting better. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I mean, things have been they've been a bit rocky, but I've been hanging in there. They've been getting better, so I appreciate it, man. I appreciate everyone's support that's watching this as well. I appreciate all of you. You all are awesome, and I really do appreciate you've helped me during this hard time. So I just want to thank you all. Thank you all so very much. But yeah, thank you for the questions, man. Johnny Q asks, questions for December. Would you serve the outsider from Dishonored 1 and 2 or Salem? Definitely the outsider because Salem's an idiot. She is such a dumb character. At least the outsider is not that bad. Definitely the outsider. Good question, man. Anime AK116 asks, so I just found out that Atlas had those goddamn mechs up in Atlas, yet they didn't send them to defend the walls of Mantle when it had a breach in its security. While I go on rants about military assets and readiness, I'd like to hear your thoughts on how retarded Atlas is by this point for the sake of plot contrivances. Oh yeah, I mean, like, I had been questioning in Volume 7 where the Elysian Paladin 290s were, like, the whole time. I was like, where are they? I was like, why aren't they here? You know, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Then again, why were Grimm even there in the first place? They retconned it. Grimm die in the cold. That's the whole reason why Mantle was made in the first place, was to escape the Grimm. Like, they knew that they were in such a cold terrain that Grimm couldn't survive. So why are the Grimm even there in the first place? Like, they retconned that. Grimm are not even supposed to be there. So why in the world are Grimm there? You know, like, see, this is the problem. White Fang could have been your villains for Atlas, but no! They had to throw out Adam. They had to kill him just to have Bumblebee to get together. Like, my God. Like, you see what I mean by the writers are stupid and they don't think anything through? There's no plan. This is why. And I mean, like, that's the thing, is that they could have had those Elysian Paladin 290s. Hell, they could have had the cruisers that were flying above Atlas shoot them. They could have even had turrets on the walls. I question why there were no turrets on the walls either. Like, why weren't they there? This is what I mean by they don't understand the military. Like, the writers don't have any clue about how a military functions or works. Like, they're idiots. They really are. Talentless hacks. They really are. But yeah, good question, man. Captain Boomerang asks, yo, Draco, if 2020 was an anime character, who would it be? Yuya Sakaki from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 had potential and then dropped. I mean, it was so bad. I mean, that's Yuya Sakaki for you. Like, Arc 5 had so much potential, and then, like, towards the end, it just dropped. It was so bad. Oh, it's so sad. But, yeah, good question, man. Your boy Houston asks, what would be the best way in your mind to make a company like Rooster Teeth, but without all the problems that have made it a laughingstock? Well, for one, be more organized than that company was. Because, I mean, yeah, they had that laid back way of how they acted originally, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with having that. But, you know, responsibilities come with the company. And just being completely unorganized in more ways than one is not good. Also, don't ever sell out. Don't ever sell your child. Never sell what you created. That's another big problem that they did. They sold what they created, and look at where they are now. You know, they're a mess. They're hanging on by like the loose thread. You know, they're about to get chopped more than likely. I mean, you know, that's the big problem, is that had they never sold out, then they would never have had to worry about them having a boss over them that tells them what they can and can't do, and they'd probably be able to survive on their own. And them getting woke, that didn't help them either. You know, that's another thing. Companies going woke, yeah, they're gonna go broke. I mean, we're seeing it happen, you know, all the time, every day. You don't ever get woke. You know, that's the other thing. Because when you do, what do you think's gonna happen? You're gonna fall and collapse. I mean, that's what we're seeing with a lot of these companies. And Rooster Teeth, you know, it's happening to Rooster Teeth too. That's why they're in such huge trouble. But I'd say be organized, quality over quantity, 100%. Always have good quality products. Always. Or good quality entertainment. Always have that. Always do your best to try to outdo yourself. Always try to improve. And, you know, be open to criticism. That's another big thing. Because that'll help you go far as well. Because then you learn from it and then you better yourself. You improve that way. But Rooster Teeth, you know, they never learned to do that either. And how they act towards criticism, you know, they just attack people and just, you know, try to brush it off like, no, we're good the way we are, because they're a bunch of narcissists. And that's a big problem. And also, you know, interact with your fans. You know, that's another big thing. You know, try to interact with them when you can. And don't be like Rooster Teeth, where you treat your fans that disagree with you like crap. You know, don't ever treat them like shit. Because if you do, well, you better believe you're going to run them off. You know, they deserve respect. You know, if it wasn't for the fans, then they wouldn't have even gotten where they had. You know what I mean? Like, you have to always respect your fans, because they're the people who help you get where you are. But those are some tips that I would say definitely go with. But that's just me. But yeah, good question, man. Al Sheikh Ifan Al Fuadani ask, "Hey Draco, any chances for live streams in the future?" I mean, yeah, I could do some. I saw where another person was requesting for me to do a live stream. Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I mean, that could be fun. If people would want me to do live streams, I mean, yeah, I definitely could. So I mean, that would be fun too. I mean, being able to interact with everybody in a live stream and whatnot. Like that would be a lot of fun, and I think a lot of people would enjoy it. And we could just like look up stuff on the internet that would be like stuff we could laugh at. Probably see some of the crazy stuff that happens every single day. Talk about some of that and whatnot. Because I know we talked about that, and I mean that would be really cool to do. But yeah, yeah, live streams would be fun. I would enjoy it. They'd be a lot of fun. People down below, let me know if you want me to do a live stream sometime. Let me know, and I'll be sure to work something out. But yeah, good question, man. Johnny Q asks, December Q&A, how do you think Ruby will react to any Death Scythe Hell from Gundam Wing? If we're talking like old school Ruby, like she'd freak out like out of joy. In fact, I think that she would like be so happy she'd have a heart attack from it because she'd be like impressed over the Gundam, impressed over the weapons. Like I think she'd love it. But that's old Ruby. New Ruby wouldn't care because she's stupid. but yeah, good question, man. I am the Izu that is approaching. Ask, hey Draco, are you gonna have an OnlyFans? I could. That would be really funny. That'd be hilarious if anything. I mean, you know what? Anyone who wants me to have an OnlyFans, put it in the comment section. I'll work that out. I'll work that out. Let me know what you think. I'll work that out. Good question, man. Falskirm Jaeger asks, for the December Q&A, what region/city would you want to live in Pokemon? Oh, that's a good one. I'd probably want to live in Alola because it's so cultured. And then again, it's also, a hot and warm place to live. Also, we can't forget that Mama Lusamine lives there, and I would take one for the team. I would become the next man in her life, and definitely take over because, she lost her husband in an ultra wormhole, and then he lost his memory. But yeah, no, I would choose Alola just specifically to live there because of the culture, not because of Mama Lucy. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you think they should make a Pokemon School anime? A Pokemon School anime? Wait a minute. I feel like something's coming back to me. Oh dear God. Yep, nope, we had one at one time. Yeah, we all saw where that went. Yeah. We also saw a lot of the cringe that came from that series as well. Yeah, I mean, it got better towards the end, but we saw the cringe. But if I had to say, if they were doing like a legit, like an actual legit Pokemon School anime, yeah, no, I think it'd be cool if they actually tried to do one. Like, could you imagine if they did like one, but it was like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX? I would approve. I would approve highly. And if they also did something like, like they did with season 3 of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, oh my dear God, that'd be amazing. But yeah, that would be really cool. I'd be all for that. Oh man, that'd be so good. Actually, that would be like the Pokemon anime for everybody to watch. Like that'd be fantastic, especially if it tackled like more mature issues. Oh man, that'd be so good. God, I'd be all for it. Yes, that'd be great. What do you think would happen if Nintendo made Pokemon real? Well, I can tell you what happened. I'd become the best like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. And to beat every trainer is my cause. Because I would become competitive circuit #1, baby! Yeah! Oh, and I'd catch every single Pokemon, make the best competitive team ever. I would do it. Just like how I've caught every single last Pokemon in all the games. Yeah, I have them all. God, I need a life. But yeah, good question, man. So James95 asks, what do you think of the drawing I showed you before? Here's more Fate memes and comics. So this drawing, yeah, I mean, I like it. I think it was actually really good. Seeing how there was Mordred, there was Jean d'Arc, and also Aqua. Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think whoever did this for you, they did a good job on it. I like it. This one, I thought this was pretty cool, showing baseball. And this was pretty nice. I think it was well done. I think it was Actually, really well put together. So yeah, no, I do like it. I also like where Mordred's just like looking like what, just like that face she had, just like what in the world. I love it. I love how they're like Team Knight. That's actually really cool. And then this was actually really good too, where they're all sitting around. Oh man, and then this one where Artoria and Arthur are cats. Like, oh man, I guess this would be the royal pets. I guess this is the royal pets. And then plot twist: Arthur is the Goblin Slayer. Oh man, that would actually be funny if he was actually the Goblin Slayer. I would laugh if he was realistically the Goblin Slayer. That would be funny. Oh, poor Marjorie. I thought that was actually kind of cute. I do like whenever people do like the stop motion stuff like this. This is actually really good stuff. I do like that. I think that it's really good when people do stuff like that. And then this comic here, after Arthur's interlude, and with that, I'm thinking of interacting more with everyone. But I wonder, how should I treat you, a fellow Pendragon? It should be nothing to worry about, shouldn't it? Now we are fellow servants. I want you to treat me like how you treat your Knights of the Round Table. I see. Then it would be best for both of us to simply address each other by our real names. Yes, there is no need to use honorifics either. Then Artoria. Yes, Arthur. That's a cute one. That's actually not bad. I actually kind of like that. But yeah, that one's definitely a cute one for sure. Between Arthur and Artoria. And I do like it. I actually like the art too. Like, the art looks very nice. I think it's very clean. But yeah, no, I really do enjoy that. And then there's the second part here. Please take good care of me. On second thought, this is quite awkward. Indeed. For those who want a copy, raise your hand. I get it. At that point, you'd want a copy of yourself if you're going to be that nice to yourself. I do like that. That's actually really good. But hey, if somebody had like a opposite gender of themselves that was a copy of them, I'm pretty sure that they would probably enjoy, that person if they were going to be nice to them too. So I can't really blame them. And then this comic right here. I'm fully prepared. My sisters, come to me whenever you're ready. Guess someone is here already. Trick or treat. Are you also one of my sisters? No, I am not, mate. However, since it's Halloween, I thought I should be able to get some candy. That's why I bought a bag. Please put it in there. I heard that I can get 100 quartz if I visit this place. Where did you hear that from? More family members showing up, Shark. That's great to know. Somehow I'm a little tired. Guess I'll call it a night. And then in the closet, what are we gonna do if she falls asleep? Guess we messed up the timing. Happy Halloween. That's a really good one. I like the coloration too. They did very well on the art and the colors. Like, I do like that. And then the sharks. The sharks are great. Ronan Slayer asks, do you think Falcon should have got the shield? Actually, I think Bucky should have got the shield. Because if you read the comics, after Captain America does die, Bucky takes up the mantle as Captain America, and then he also gets the shield. So I don't think Falcon should have got the shield. I personally think it should have gone to Bucky because, like I said, Bucky's the one who becomes the next Captain America after Captain America dies himself. So, yeah, it should have been Bucky. It should have been Bucky over the Falcon. But yeah, good question, man. Opening desk. What do you look for most in a waifu? Well, multiple things. One, I definitely look for appearance, personality, what kind of quirks they have. And I mean, if they have abilities or powers, I find that as something that can be interesting. But mostly I look at like who they are as a character and their appearance. That's also something that I really enjoy to look at. But, that's just me. But yeah, good question, man. And James95 asks, in your Ruby Volume 8, Chapter 5, you forgot about how Ruby told everyone in the world that Ironwood should not be trusted. Just want to know your thoughts on it. Well, Ruby's an idiot. I mean, that's a fact. She's a moron. I love how she expects, as someone who doesn't have a reputation, for everybody to trust her, especially with no evidence at all whatsoever of the Grim Whale or Salem attacking. But yet, she thinks that they shouldn't trust Ironwood at all whenever he's trying to think of the best for the people. I think she's a moron. That's my opinion. And she's basically set all of Remnant into a panic. I mean, she's put them all in a frenzy. And, Ironwood was trying to avoid that. So, yeah, Ruby's an idiot. I mean, seriously, she's a moron. But, yeah, good question, man. Captain Boomerang asks, Draco, my friend, here's a sinister question. How the fuck would you fix Rooster Teeth if you were put in charge? What shows are scrapped or rebooted? Okay, so, first off, I would joyfully and happily walk over to every single last employee that's a part of Karubi, now, the animators, I'd let them still have their job. I would keep them on board, and I would make sure that they were treated much better and had much better, work time, workspace, and better pay, definitely. But when it comes to the writers, out, all of them, gone, kaput, over with, don't care, fired. That's exactly what I do. They would be gone. I don't care if they were at their home. I don't care if they were at lunch. I would not care. I would willingly go to where they are and just give them the slip and be like, yep, you're out. You're not coming back. Bye. I would joyously just be like, you're gone. Good luck. Good luck. Hopefully you can find something. Bye. You're not working here anymore. I'd kick them all out. And then anyone else that is a problem with that company, they're gone too. They're out. Gone. Because then I would bring in people who actually know what they're doing. I would bring in people that were actually good at their jobs, that could actually benefit the company. That's who I would hire. I would hire everybody that actually would be competent with their jobs and have something good to bring to the table. That's who I would hire in replacement of all the hacks that think that they know what they're doing that are just running the company into the ground. And so, I'd also make sure, like I said, animators are going to get treated better. They're going to get paid better. That's what's going to happen also. Shows that get rebooted, Ruby's getting rebooted, but it's going to get rebooted from Volume 4 onward. So I'd make a brand new Volume 4, and I'd reboot it from there on out and do better. Also, I'd rehire Vic. Vic would be Crow again, no matter what. I don't care what anybody say. And if anybody in the company would oppose me on that one, they're fired. They're fired. They're gone. They would be gone. I would not put up with it. They would be gone. And then they'd be replaced. And find replacements for them. That's what would happen. Also, some of the voice actors would go. Not all of them, but some of them. I think everybody knows who the first person I would press the eject button on. Miles Luna. Gone. Out. Go. Go. Him, Aaron Zek, and Barbara Dunkelman. They're immediately gone. They're out the door. They're gone. I mean, like I said, I would be brutal, but I would make sure to restructure this place to be better than it ever was. Not just better like it used to be, like better than it ever was, to make sure that this company stays afloat. Like, I would basically be the Seto Kaiba of that company. You better believe that I'm going to play hardball. And if there's anybody who has ideas that's going to make the company worse, or they're going to try to defend people that are going to make the company worse, then they can go out the door with them. Just saying. Because like I said, I will make sure to restructure that place and make it better than it was before. I would make sure to make the company great again. To make sure that the entertainment coming from it would be great again. I mean, I would. And I would also try to bring back Ruby Chibi. That'd be another one I'd bring back. Hell, in fact, I'd probably make a Ruby spinoff that would be like a comedy series with all the characters, but they wouldn't be chibi. They'd be like the regular models. And I would make them more like the old poser models, just with Maya, because Maya can actually make them look like old poser models, by the way. But I'd also make sure that the quality's better than what Ruby used to be, you know what I mean? Like back whenever it was in its prime. So I'd try to make it better. But that's basically what I do, and I would just get rid of the nonsense. That's what I would do. I would get rid of the nonsense in terms of the clowns that work there. Now, when it comes to people joking around having fun, no, that could be there, But the clowns that are there, I'd kick them all out. We'd make shows great again. I would make new shows that would be better than what they've got. But that's just me. But, yeah, good question, man. Mr. DJ Fly High asks, what's your rice purity score and use only this quiz? So I did take this quiz, by the way, and you are all probably going to be surprised on what my score actually was. Let's go to it right here. Yeah, that's right. I'm 82% on the pure scale. Apparently. When I was taking this, I was very surprised. I thought I was going to be like very, very, very impure, and then I was like, oh. It's like, okay. but yeah, it was fun. It was interesting. Anime AK116 asks, "Here, have some memes for a good laugh." And let the memes begin, apparently. So we have this one. Shitty story, nothing makes sense, and all characters, except for a few, are very much just death by PowerPoint. And then this one has a catchy intro, nothing makes sense, slapstick humor, makes sense, and lovable characters. Eh, eh, eh. Then again, I'm not a Disney fan, but you know, it's probably better than Ruby though. Alice Council candidate Robin Hillary Clinton, as I call her, arrested for being abusive to a chair. It's just an inanimate object, you fools. Robin yelled at the reporters. Oh, I bet she would. Real news, when you're just an innocent chair and you get thrown away by a terrorist because she's stupid as hell and not, see that even inanimate objects have feelings. Truly, the furniture was the real victim here. Well, I mean, it's Robin Hillary Clinton involved, yes. The furniture is definitely the victim. Definitely the victim. Tifa, the most beloved female video game character by gamers and anime fans. And then Miles, the writer of Ruby, with female co-workers that have nudes on their Instagram. And it goes, is this a lady of the night? Oh, I so hate him for that statement. I still do. I still hate him for that statement. Video game fans, and you wonder why people won't and can't take you seriously. Yeah, pretty much. Beacon students, Lena Goodwitch, GG, BS, because Beacon students, it's bullshit. I get it. Tardiness isn't good. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. It's okay. Me, anime better than Ruby, and then me when someone says Ruby is better than anime. Okay, that's true. Because anyone that says Ruby is better than any anime out there, yeah, you probably never watched anime before, if that's the case. Meanwhile, in the field, shut the F up, Tyrion Watts, Cinder and Salem here. Good afternoon, sir. Shut the F up, because, back up. Oh, yeah, so here's the thing. I think this should have been more the writers and the characters. And then it should have been the sane people as the audience, like as the people watching this happen. I think that would have been better for this meme. I think it would have been a lot better because every character's been screwed. Every character. Next time you attend the tea party, there's something I would like to tell you. Next time we're gonna have a little echidna. I don't think that's physically possible. And that's coming from a gourd that is. Yeah. I've seen this one before. No, the first time I saw this, I didn't get it. But yeah, now I get the ReZero reference with the kid. Like I totally get it. Like, but at first I didn't get it the first time I saw it. But no, yeah, now I actually do get it. Ruby's ass cheeks, her punishment for her disobeying Ironwood. Can't she just be like the target? I think that would be a better punishment. I think she just needs to be the target. Like that would be the better punishment. I'm just saying. Me, Aesop's Ironwood. Damn, I thought it was 4 of our key players, Team Ruby. Good thing it was only Team Ruby. If only. Yeah, God, if only. Oh, man, that would be great if it was. It would be great if it was. Not gonna deny. Fox to STS stip rep over. Roger, we found a basement, checking it out. Now Fox. Hope you haven't been withholding the waifus in your basement. These weebs are insane. Gotcha games. My games are friendly to all weebs. Fox. This is ST. 1. We found a lot of waifus locked behind a paywall, contracts to hide them in shit gambling mechanics, and cash from millions of disappointed weebs. You're after, buddy. To be fair though, gacha games are fun. I mean, they are. I mean, I'm not gonna deny gacha games are fun. I do like gacha games. Fandom, Ruby writers 1 through 4, critics, oh look who's sucking the Seo's slong. Does the fandom know how much of a moron he even is? He has to. I refuse to believe that the fandom would enjoy Ruby without being able to see his shitty ship confirmed. Oh, Ruby in favor of equality, even in battle. Oh, man. See, here's the thing. The writers don't care. If you're not the protagonist, if you're not good, they don't care. They don't care. Corpse starch. Oh, oh, oh man! And then the person's just, oh, oh, okay, oh, talking mad shit for someone in court-martialing distance. Yeah, yeah. You know, that's the thing. Like, I don't know how, like, they just didn't arrest Team Ruby right there. I still don't understand that. They should have done it. But then again, you know, it's plot armor. Of course, the writers were going to defend Team Ruby no matter what. When I see Ruby lying, just like Oz, and I learn that both Amity and Atlas are huge, dangerously floating structures appearing in this volume. Twice the pride, double the fall. Yeah, yeah, when they take the staff. I can't wait for that. It's going to come crashing on Mantle. I'm going to enjoy that. This is my Waifu. There are many like it, but this one is mine. You know what? People would probably make fun of me for having a rifle like this, but I'd do it. I'm not going to deny. I'd do it. Just saying. Ministers of Defense. Albania, Netherlands, Germany, Norway, Italy. USA, be polite, be professional, but have a plan to end every way you meet. Yeah. Oh boy, yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, because you'd said it before. I do remember this one. It's not bad. It's not bad. What my recruiter said would happen, what actually happened. Oh boy. Oh man. Yeah, some people can have it pretty hard when that happens. Yeah, some of them really can. I am a pro-gun, liberty-loving, free market capitalist. Pick someone else for your propaganda. Maybe Princess Leia wasn't the best choice. Oh, and then we are the resistance. Oh, man. Oh, wow. All right. We are coming to take away your guns. We tried that too, lady, and got the bloody hell out of us. Yeah, that actually happened. That's true. That's true. That happened. That's true. Yeah, good ones, man. Sexy Neo asks, which VTuber would you say has a calm, soothing voice to relax to? I only know of Okyu and Ina. Yeah, I think they might be the only two I can think of, at least at the moment. I really like Ina a lot. Ina actually does have a very soothing voice. Like, she's very calm. There was one live stream, though, where Kiara actually took her voice changer off, and her voice is very soothing, actually. It was really interesting. When I saw that, I was like, huh, I was like, that's pretty cool. But yeah, good question, man. Captain Boomerang asks, what anime would you live in? What job would you choose in that world? Oh, God, there's so many. Oh, man, there's so many to choose from. Oh, Lord. Oh, I don't know. That's really tough, actually. I guess Fairy Tale would be a fun world to live in, and yeah, I'd probably just work in a guild. I think that'd be a lot of fun, actually. That sounds really appealing, to tell you the truth. That's probably what I'd do. Besides having good guild mates, if you're in the right guild, yeah, that'd be worth it, I think. That's what I'd do. That's what I'd do. That's just me, though. But yeah, good question, man. Assault Shaker asks, hey Nick, here's my questions for the final month, and by that I meant December, of the worst year of not just I, but also others suffered. This time, these are questions that you need to think of. A decision. 1. You can eat whatever you want for dinner, but you'll have to eat one vegetable of your choice for breakfast and lunch. Oh, well, that's easy. I mean, I could eat breakfast like with broccoli, or I could have carrots, or I could have, yeah, like this wouldn't be hard for me to choose. Yeah, probably broccoli and probably tomato. Like broccoli for breakfast, tomato for lunch. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm not picky when it comes to food, so this doesn't bother me at all whatsoever. This would be an easy choice. 2. You can wish a game that you found interesting and will arrive automatically for free, but you'll have to exchange some other merchandise from the series you know of. Oh, just give me Halo 2. There you go. I've stopped caring for Halo a long time ago. So yeah, okay, yeah. Just give me Halo 2 and everything else can go that I have. Yeah. All right. Fair. You can listen to one song you love from each band you know of, but you'll have to exclusively listen to that one song of your choice for the rest of your life. Colors by Flow. That's all I need. That's all I ever need. That's an easy decision. That's all I ever need. But if I ever needed to, like from others, Enter Sandman from Metallica, that's fine. I could do that. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, that's fine. You know, like I could do this. Escape the Pina Colada Song by Rupert Holmes because he was a one-hit wonder, and that's all I would need. That's all I would need. Like I said, I can do this. I can do this. This wouldn't be too big of an issue. I can do this. I can do this. You can pick any waifu you adore the most to date you, but you'll have to date a husbando for or of your choice for the half of the day. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I would pick Lucina. If I had to date somebody for the half of the day, give me Roy. Roy's our boy. Screw it. I would do that for half the day. For half the day, I could take that as long as I could have Lucina. Yes, yes, I'd do it. Same thing with Neo. If it had to be Neo, I would go after like someone like I don't know. If I had to deal with that, I take Roman, or I take Sun, or I take Adam. I don't care. I would take any of them. You know, like if it meant me getting with Neo, yeah, I'd do it. No problem. No problem. I'd do that for half a day. No problem. You can pick any of one of your favorite characters of any series you like, but you'll have the ones you also like will die in a battle or an accident, and you'll have to stick the ones you hate, regardless if it's a hero, anti-hero, chaos character, villain, etc. Okay, so this question is worded weird. So like, what if I pick the one that I like, all the ones that I like die, and then all the ones I hate live? Is that am I understanding this correctly? Um, I I think that's how this is worded. I think. Um, well, that means that every series that I would have to stick with all the characters I hate, and then some series I don't even hate characters. I don't know how this works. Like what? I'm sorry. I'm trying to understand how this exactly works. Like, I'd have to stick with the characters that I don't like because it just says I pick one of the characters I like, and then all the ones I like die. So I'm guessing you meant I pick one character that I like and they live, and then the others die. Is what I'm guessing you meant to phrase it as. I don't know. I don't know. I think I need clarification on this one because that doesn't make too much sense to me. Um, you can annihilate every single discrimination and terrorist group in existence, but you'll have to watch anime dubs for the rest of your life. Oh, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I hate that question, honestly. Because I don't want to listen to dubs of anime because Funimation puts so much politics in it. You know, here's what I would probably do. I would probably annihilate every single discrimination terrorist group, but then I would just read manga for the rest of my life and never watch anything ever again. God, that sounds depressing. God, that sounds really depressing for me. But you know what? I would do it if it ended all. But I would be incredibly depressed not having subs to listen to at all. So I just read manga for the rest of my life. That'd be it. Also, how would Frank West interact with Baby Bunny Hood? He would probably not be surprised to see, Baby Bonnie Hood go and shoot up some zombies or something because he'd already been dealing with zombies, so it probably wouldn't be a shocker to him to see something like this. Like, he'd be like, typical Monday. But yeah, good questions, man. Zero Returns asks, what do you think of this song? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I listened to this one. You had me listen to this one before. Yes. I thought it was actually kind of hilarious for a song, actually. It was actually pretty comical. Yeah, I did like it. Yeah, it was pretty funny. But yeah, definitely a good song for recommendation because it was comical. But yeah, good question, man. Sexy DM asks, whatever happened to Kaguya Luna anyway? You know, I don't know. Like, after I and, Gura took over, basically, she's kind of dropped off, I guess. Like, she's been gone for what, around, I think, 4 or 5 months now? I don't know. yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know. Hopefully she's okay. But that, yeah, it's really weird that she's gone. No, hey, you're right. Good question there. Anime AK116 asks, ever watched Vet TV? No, I have not. I've never watched Vet TV. So until this question came up, I actually had no idea what Vet TV was at all. Never knew of it. So if so, watch A Grunt's Life. It's hilarious and perfect for memes. Well, I mean, like I said, I don't watch American entertainment anymore, but I might give it a shot sometime. But like I said, I've just kind of watched anime for entertainment. I mean, that's what I've been doing for many, many years. So, and then just American entertainment just dropped off for me. I just don't watch it anymore. But yeah, good question, man. Johnny Q asks, what are your opinions on Cyberpunk 2077? So I don't have the game, but I've seen gameplay. I've seen the glitches and bugs. I've been wanting to pick it up after it gets patched up and does better. But I mean, it looks interesting. And once they fix the bugs, I plan to buy it. But yeah, I mean, aside from the bugs, I mean, it looks like something I'd love to play. Like, it looks like something that I would definitely enjoy. So it does look cool in my opinion. I mean, I'd have more of an opinion on it when I play it, but you get what I mean. But yeah, good question, man. I appreciate it. So I wanted to thank you all for all the questions. This is all the questions for the Q&A for this month. So thank you all very much for them. I hope you all enjoyed this as much as I did answering them. And also, if you have any questions for the Q&A for January, be sure to put them in the comment section down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.